A divorced couple have lost their defamation case after a Sydney jury accepted the evidence of their daughter, who told 60 Minutes she was kidnapped at 13, taken to Syria to live with relatives and forced to marry her cousin. After deliberating for just over 1 day, the New South Wales Supreme Court jury on Thursday answered a list of questions related to material broadcast in 2014 by the Nine Network in an interview with Nadia Tabar. In discharging the jury, Justice Des Fagan told the jury of 3 women and 1 man that Ms. Tabar had shown tremendous resilience and spirit and had been quite inspirational. Nadia, now 29, said she was kidnapped while holidaying in Egypt, made to undergo a virginity test at a Jordan hospital and ill-treated by her grandmother in Syria before managing to return to Australia when she turned 18. 60 Minutes reported in 2014 that Nadia Tabar's parents, Mohammed and Pamela, conspired to move her against her will from Australia to Syria, where she was beaten and forced to marry a man she had never met. Nadia, who was given the pseudonym Rania Farah, told the program she had been tricked into traveling to Egypt for what she thought was a holiday when she was 13 years old, only for her to be made to live with her paternal relations in Syria for the next 5 years. She was interrogated about whether she had taken drugs or had sex while living in Australia, subjected to a virginity check and physically assaulted by her father, she said. "He's the most evil man I've ever met or anyone would ever meet," she said. The program, presented by Liz Hayes and titled Forced Marriage, featured reenactments of a teenage Nadia creeping down the stairs with her shoes in her hand on the day she allegedly escaped with consular assistance. Nadia called to bear the idea of her future and, with the help of her neighbor, plotted her daring escape, Hayes reported. When the Nine Network called Nadia Tabar as a witness in the trial, she broke down in tears while describing how she was forced to take a virginity test at a Jordan hospital as a teenager. Nadia Tabar testified that despite telling the doctor she had not been with a man, the test purported to find she was not a virgin, leading to her being beaten by her father and brother Omar. When she asked her brother to repeat her denial to their father, she said he replied, "He believes you because if he did you'd be dead." Ms. Tabar said while living in Sydney from age 8 to 13, her brother Omar regularly beat her with a belt, a kettle cord and thongs and was extremely abusive about the way she dressed. He also abused her for going on sleepovers in a house with strange men and disapproved of her wearing swimming suits or leotards. "Everything to him was sexualized," she said. "Everything was very focused on chastity." Ms. Tabar said during her holiday in Egypt, she was told she would be taken to Jordan to see her father, who had been living abroad and who she had not seen for a long time. "She was excited at seeing him because as a little girl I did love my father. But soon after her arrival, her father and Omar took her to a secluded paddock and interrogated her about her Sydney behavior, asking about drugs, sleeping with men, running away from home and smoking.